Janis Joplin, the powerful rock singer, had a less-known emotional depth. She was known for her strong voice and free-spirited personality, but she also had a vulnerable and introspective side marked by personal battles. Let's take a closer look at this lesser-known side of Janis Joplin. Janis Joplin's childhood was far from easy. She grew up in Port Arthur, Texas, where she faced bullying and ridicule from her peers. As a result, Janis often felt like an outsider and struggled to find acceptance. However, these experiences only made her more determined to pursue her passion for music. Janis' love for music began at a young age. She would listen to her family's records and was particularly drawn to blues and folk artists like Bessie Smith and Lead Belly. Janis' interest in music deepened as she got older, and she began performing in local coffee houses and clubs. Despite the challenges she faced in her childhood, Janis' talent and determination shone through. She was eventually discovered by music producer Chet Helms, who invited her to join his band, Big Brother, and the Holding Company. Janis' powerful and emotive vocals quickly made her a standout member of the group, and they gained a dedicated following in San Francisco's burgeoning psychedelic music scene. Janis' career took off from there, and she went on to become one of the most celebrated musicians of her time. However, she struggled with addiction and personal demons throughout her life. Despite these challenges, Janis remained committed to her music and continued to push boundaries until her untimely death in 1970. Janis Joplin's impact on the music industry is still felt today. Her raw and powerful vocals, as well as her fearless approach to performance, continue to inspire musicians around the world. Although her childhood was marked by bullying and rejection, Janis' determination to find acceptance and pursue her passion for music ultimately made her one of the most beloved musicians of all time. Before Janis Joplin became a music artist, she had two major artistic aspirations. She dreamed of becoming a painter and studied anthropology. Joplin's intellectual curiosity was showcased in her pursuit of these interests. As a painter, Joplin was drawn to colors and textures, often experimenting with different styles and techniques. She found painting to be a therapeutic and introspective outlet, allowing her to express herself in ways that words could not. Unfortunately, Joplin's painting aspirations were put on hold as she pursued a career in music. Joplin's interest in anthropology was also a significant part of her early life. She was fascinated by different cultures, artifacts, and rituals. This fascination led her to study anthropology in college, where she learned about various cultures and their histories. Joplin's intellectual curiosity and love for learning were integral to her identity even after she became a successful music artist. Despite her love for painting and anthropology, Joplin's passion for music eventually took center stage. However, her early artistic aspirations continued to influence her music as she drew inspiration from various art forms and cultural traditions. Joplin's intellectual curiosity and love for learning were evident in her music as she continually pushed boundaries and explored new sounds and styles. In summary, Janis Joplin's artistic aspirations before her music career included painting and studying anthropology. Her love for painting allowed her to express herself creatively, while her interest in anthropology showcased her intellectual curiosity. These early aspirations continued to influence Joplin's music as she drew inspiration from various art forms and cultural traditions. Joplin's passion for learning and exploration was an integral part of her identity even after she became a successful music artist. Janis Joplin, also known as Pearl, was a groundbreaking musician who left a lasting impact on the world of rock and roll. Pearl wasn't just a nickname for Joplin, but it also became the title of her posthumously released album, signifying her unique identity. Born in 1943 in Port Arthur, Texas, Joplin was known for her powerful and emotive voice. She first gained national attention in 1967 when she became the lead singer of the psychedelic rock band Big Brother and the Holding Company. Joplin's raw and soulful vocals quickly made her a standout in the male-dominated music industry. In 1968, Joplin left Big Brother and the Holding Company to pursue a solo career. She released her first solo album, I Got Dem All Cosmic Blues Again, Mama, in 1969, which showcased her love for blues and soul music. Joplin's second solo album, Pearl, was released in 1971 after her untimely death at the age of 27. The album became one of the best-selling albums of the year and featured the hit Single Me and Bobby McGee. Joplin's live performances were legendary, and she was known for her wild and energetic stage presence. She was a trailblazer for women in rock music, and her influence can still be heard in the music of female artists today. Joplin's unique voice, style, and stage presence have made her a true icon of rock and roll. Joplin's posthumous album Pearl was a fitting tribute to the singer, showcasing her talent and unique identity. The album's title, Pearl, represented Joplin's unique and authentic self, which shone through in her music and performances. Her untimely death was a great loss to the music industry, but her legacy continues to live on through her music and her influence on future generations of musicians. Janis Joplin was a phenomenal singer and songwriter known for her powerful and emotive voice. She drew inspiration from a variety of sources, including blues legends like Bessie Smith, folk singer Odetta, and the energetic performances of Tina Turner. Joplin's love for blues music began at a young age, and she was particularly influenced by the recordings of Bessie Smith. Smith's powerful and soulful voice left a lasting impression on Joplin, and she would later cite Smith as a major influence on her own singing style. In addition to Smith, Joplin was also inspired by the folk music of Odetta. Odetta's powerful voice and political activism resonated with Joplin, and she admired the way that Odetta used her music to bring attention to important social issues. Another major influence on Joplin's singing style was the energetic and electrifying performances of Tina Turner. Joplin was captivated by Turner's stage presence and the way that she commanded the attention of her audience. She sought to bring a similar energy and intensity to her own performances. Joplin's powerful voice and passionate performances quickly earned her a devoted following, and she became one of the most popular and influential musicians of her time. Her music continues to be celebrated and enjoyed by fans around the world, and her legacy as a vocal inspiration lives on. Janis Joplin was a groundbreaking musical artist known for her unique style that blended blues, rock, and folk elements. Her music was a reflection of her diverse musical influences and emotional intensity. Joplin grew up in Port Arthur, Texas, where she was exposed to a variety of musical styles, including gospel, blues, and country. These early influences would later shape her own unique sound. As she began to explore different types of music, she became particularly drawn to artists like Bessie Smith, Odetta, and Lee Belly. In the early 1960s, Joplin moved to San Francisco, which was at the epicenter of the folk and rock scenes at the time. She began performing at local coffee houses and quickly gained a reputation as a powerful and emotive singer. It was during this time that she started to develop her own unique style, which blended elements of blues, rock, and folk music. Joplin's music was characterized by her raw, passionate vocals and her ability to convey intense emotion. She was known for her electrifying live performances, which often left audiences spellbound. Her sound was a fusion of different musical styles, and she drew inspiration from a wide range of artists, including Bob Dylan, Jimi Hendrix, and the Grateful Dead. Despite her success, Joplin's life was marked by personal struggles with addiction and relationships. She died in 1970 at the age of 27, but her music continues to inspire and influence artists to this day. Her style was a reflection of her diverse musical influences and emotional intensity, and she remains an iconic figure in the world of rock and roll. In conclusion, Janis Joplin was a trailblazing musical artist who broke down barriers and paved the way for future generations of musicians. Her unique style, which fused blues, rock, and folk elements, was a reflection of her diverse musical influences and emotional intensity. Although her life was marked by personal struggles, her music continues to inspire and influence artists to this day. Janis Joplin's first band, Janis and the Waller Creek Boys, played a significant role in shaping her musical style and performance skills. As a member of this band, Joplin focused on traditional folk and blues music, which allowed her to hone her singing abilities and develop a deep passion for live performance. During her time with the Waller Creek Boys, Joplin began to explore different aspects of her voice and discovered her unique sound. She experimented with various vocal techniques, including growling, wailing, and scatting, which would become her trademark style in later years. Joplin's powerful and emotive voice, combined with her magnetic stage presence, quickly captured the attention of audiences and established her as a rising star in the music scene. Janis and the Waller Creek Boys provided Joplin with a platform to showcase her talents and helped her develop the confidence she needed to pursue a successful music career. Joplin's experiences with the band played a crucial role in her musical growth and laid the foundation for her future success as a solo artist. In short, Janis Joplin's time with Janis and the Waller Creek Boys was a formative period in her career. It was during this time that she honed her singing skills, developed a passion for live performance, and discovered her unique sound. These experiences set the stage for Joplin's future success and solidified her place in music history as a trailblazing artist. Janis Joplin was a music artist who gained fame in the late 1960s. She was known for her unconventional fashion style that reflected the counterculture movement of the time. Joplin's outfits were flamboyant and attention-grabbing, setting her apart from other artists in the industry. Her style was a departure from the norm, and it was a reflection of her personality and artistic vision. Joplin's wardrobe included fringe jackets, bell-bottom pants, psychedelic prints, and statement-making accessories. She often wore bold makeup and wild hairstyles, adding to her unique and unforgettable image. Joplin's fashion choices were a form of self-expression and a way for her to connect with her fans. She was not afraid to take risks and push boundaries, and this fearlessness was reflected in her style. Joplin's unconventional fashion sense helped her to stand out in a crowded and competitive industry. Joplin's impact on the fashion world cannot be overstated. She was a trailblazer who challenged traditional norms and paved the way for future generations of artists to express themselves through their style. Her legacy continues to inspire and influence fashion trends today. In conclusion, Janis Joplin was a music artist who is known for her unconventional fashion style. Her flamboyant outfits, bold makeup, and wild hairstyles reflected the counterculture movement of the late 1960s and helped her to stand out in the industry. Joplin's impact on the fashion world continues to be felt today as she remains an inspiration and a trailblazer for self-expression and individuality. Janis Joplin's early recordings with Big Brother and the holding company offer a glimpse into her developing talent and laid the groundwork for her future success. These recordings, although pre-fame, demonstrate Joplin's unique and powerful voice, which would soon make her one of the most influential musicians of her time. In these recordings, Joplin's vocal style is already distinctive and captivating, showcasing her ability to blend raw emotion with technical skill. Her performances with Big Brother and the holding company allowed her to experiment and refine her craft, ultimately leading to the breakthrough that would cement her status as a musical icon. These early recordings were instrumental in garnering attention and interest in Joplin's talent, and they played a crucial role in paving the way for her future success. The raw energy and emotion present in these recordings offer a preview of the powerful performances that would come to define Joplin's career and leave a lasting impact on the world of music. In short, Janis Joplin's early recordings with Big Brother and the holding company are a testament to her innate talent and a preview of the legendary career that was to follow. These recordings showcase Joplin's unique vocal style and her ability to blend raw emotion with technical skill, and they served as a critical stepping stone on her journey to becoming one of the most influential musicians of her time. Janis Joplin, a talented and powerful singer, took the stage at the Monterey Pop Festival in 1967. This festival was a significant event in the history of rock music, and Joplin's performance played a big part in its success. During the festival, Joplin performed several songs, but it was her rendition of Ball and Chain that truly stole the show. Her electrifying performance of this song solidified her status as a rock icon and left a lasting impression on the audience. Before her performance at the Monterey Pop Festival, Joplin was already gaining a reputation as a talented singer in the local music scene. However, it was her appearance at this festival that brought her to the attention of a wider audience and helped to launch her successful career. Joplin's performance at the Monterey Pop Festival was a pivotal moment in her career. She had a unique and powerful voice, and her energetic and emotional style of singing was unlike anything that had been seen before. Her performance of Ball and Chain was a highlight of the festival and is still remembered today as one of the most memorable performances in the history of rock music. Overall, Janis Joplin's performance at the Monterey Pop Festival in 1967 played a significant role in establishing her as a rock icon. Her powerful and emotional rendition of Ball and Chain left a lasting impression on the audience and helped to launch her successful career. Janis Joplin's album cover art for Cheap Thrills holds significant meaning and adds visual depth to her music. The cover was designed by Robert Crumb, a prominent American cartoonist and musician who was known for his work in the underground comics movement. The design is a reflection of the era's counterculture and captures the spirit of freedom, nonconformity, and experimentation that was prevalent during that time. The cover art features a group of caricature musicians, including Janis Joplin, in a lively and energetic performance. The use of exaggerated features and vibrant colors adds a sense of playfulness and fun to the design, which is in stark contrast to the serious and introspective nature of Joplin's music. The musicians are depicted in a loose and improvisational setting, which reflects the improvisational and spontaneous nature of Joplin's music. The cover art also features a variety of symbols and motifs that add to its meaning and significance. For example, the use of a snake and a skull in the design represents the themes of death and rebirth that are present in Joplin's music. Additionally, the use of a tiger and a butterfly symbolizes the duality of Joplin's personality, as she was known for her fiery and intense stage presence, as well as her vulnerable and introspective songwriting. Overall, the Cheap Thrills cover art is a visual representation of the themes and ideas that are present in Joplin's music. It adds depth and meaning to her music and serves as a reflection of the era's counterculture and the spirit of freedom, nonconformity, and experimentation that defined it. The design is a testament to the power of art and its ability to capture and express complex emotions, ideas, and themes in a meaningful and impactful way. Janis Joplin and Jimi Hendrix were two iconic figures in the 1960s music scene who shared a brief but intense connection. Both were incredibly talented musicians who left a significant mark on rock history. Janis Joplin, with her powerful and emotive voice, quickly became a leading figure in the counterculture movement. Her unique blend of blues and rock music, combined with her raw and uninhibited stage presence, made her a standout artist of her time. Meanwhile, Jimi Hendrix, with his innovative guitar playing and showmanship, revolutionized the way the instrument was played and perceived. His groundbreaking sound and style continue to influence musicians to this day. The two artists first met in 1967 at the Monterey Pop Festival, where they both gave electrifying performances. They quickly became friends and reportedly had a brief romantic relationship. Their connection was not only personal, but also musical, as they shared a mutual admiration for each other's talents. Joplin and Hendrix's performances together were few and far between, but when they did perform together, the chemistry was undeniable. One such performance took place at the Hollywood Bowl in 1968, where Joplin joined Hendrix on stage for a rendition of Hey Joe. The performance was a highlight of the festival and showcased the undeniable talent and charisma of both artists. Sadly, both Joplin and Hendrix's lives were cut short due to drug overdoses, leaving a void in the music world. However, their impact and influence continue to be felt to this day. Their music and legacy continue to inspire and influence new generations of musicians, and their performances together remain some of the most memorable and iconic in rock history. In conclusion, Janis Joplin and Jimi Hendrix shared a brief but intense connection, both musically and romantically, leaving a mark on rock history. Their unique talents and contributions continue to resonate with music lovers to this day. In 1968, Janis Joplin signed a groundbreaking record deal with Columbia Records, becoming the first woman ever to be signed as a solo artist by the label. This significant milestone challenged industry gender biases and paved the way for future female artists. Joplin's raw and powerful voice quickly gained attention, making her one of the most distinctive and influential musicians of her time. Janis Joplin's unique sound and stage presence set her apart from her contemporaries. Her powerful vocal style, drawing from blues and rock genres, resonated with audiences and left a lasting impact on the music industry. Joplin's record deal with Columbia Records allowed her to reach a wider audience and solidify her status as a musical trailblazer. Before signing with Columbia Records, Joplin was a member of the psychedelic rock band Big Brother and the Holding Company. Her time with the band helped her gain recognition in the music industry, but it was her solo career that truly cemented her legacy. Joplin's record deal with Columbia Records gave her the freedom to explore her musical style and solidify her place as a solo artist. Janis Joplin's record deal with Columbia Records was a turning point in her career. It allowed her to showcase her unique sound and challenge gender norms in the music industry. Joplin's influence can still be felt today, as she remains an inspiration to aspiring musicians around the world. Her record deal with Columbia Records was not just a business transaction, but a defining moment in the history of rock music. Janis Joplin, a music artist well known for her powerful voice and energetic performances, struggled with a deep-seated fear of rejection throughout her life. Despite her confident stage persona, she grappled with personal insecurities that added depth to her performances. Janis's childhood in Port Arthur, Texas, was marked by a lack of acceptance and understanding from her peers. She felt like an outcast and often faced rejection due to her love for blues music and her unconventional personality. These early experiences created a fear of rejection that stayed with her throughout her life. As her music career took off in the 1960s, Janis's fear of rejection was still present. She was often anxious about how her music would be received and worried about being accepted by both fans and critics. However, she found solace in performing and connecting with her audience. Janis's raw and emotional performances allowed her to express her inner turmoil and provided a release for her fears. Despite her success, Janis's fear of rejection continued to affect her personal life. She struggled with relationships and had a hard time trusting people. Her fear of being hurt and rejected led her to push people away, even those who cared about her. Janis's fear of rejection added a layer of complexity to her character and made her performances all the more powerful. Her ability to channel her emotions and insecurities into her music allowed her to create a lasting impact on the world of rock and roll. In the end, Janis Joplin's fear of rejection did not define her. Instead, it became a part of her story and added depth to her music. Her legacy continues to inspire and resonate with music lovers around the world. Janis Joplin, also known as the Blues Advocate, was a passionate supporter of blues music and its traditions. She not only sang the blues, but also worked tirelessly to preserve its history and honor its roots. Joplin's love for the blues started at a young age, and she was heavily influenced by blues musicians such as Bessie Smith and Lead Belly. Throughout her career, Joplin incorporated blues elements into her music and brought the genre to a new generation of listeners. She believed that the blues was more than just a musical style, it was a way of expressing emotions and telling stories. Joplin's advocacy for the blues extended beyond her music, as she often spoke about the genre's importance in interviews and encouraged her fans to explore its rich history. Joplin's impact on the blues is still felt today, as she inspired countless musicians to embrace the genre and carry on its traditions. Her legacy as a blues advocate lies on through her music and the work of those who continue to preserve and promote the blues. Joplin's dedication to the genre serves as a reminder of the importance of honoring musical roots and ensuring that traditions are passed down to future generations. In summary, Janis Joplin was a fervent advocate for the blues, working to preserve its traditions and honor its roots. She incorporated blues elements into her music and encouraged a new generation of listeners to explore the genre. Joplin's impact on the blues is still felt today, and her legacy as a blues advocate continues to inspire musicians and fans alike. Janis Joplin, the legendary singer and songwriter, was strongly associated with Southern Comfort whiskey. This connection became an integral part of her image and was even referenced in her hit song Me, and Bobby McGee Joplin's fondness for the beverage was no secret and often added to her larger-than-life persona. Joplin's unique voice, captivating stage presence, and powerful performances made her one of the most influential musicians of her time. Born in Texas, she was raised in a conservative family, but later moved to San Francisco during the 1960s, where she became deeply involved in the counterculture movement. It was during this time that she developed her affinity for Southern Comfort. Southern Comfort is a whiskey-based liqueur with a distinctive flavor profile that includes fruit and spice notes. The drink's smoothness and approachable taste made it popular among those who wanted to enjoy whiskey without the harshness often associated with the spirit. Joplin's appreciation for the beverage aligned with its accessible and unpretentious nature, which resonated with her fans. In Me and Bobby McGee, Joplin famously sang, "Freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose nothing. That's all that Bobby left me, but nothing's worse than losing you, Bobby, made me cry. And I'm still missing him tonight, I'm all alone. And I'm feeling blue, no lights on, and nobody home, and I'm even missing Bobby's boots." The song's lyrics mention Bobby's boots and Southern Comfort, illustrating the importance of the beverage in her life. Janis Joplin's association with Southern Comfort added to her iconic image and solidified her reputation as a rebellious and unapologetic artist. Her love for the whiskey-based liqueur became an essential aspect of her legacy and an enduring symbol of her free-spirited personality. Janis Joplin, a groundbreaking music artist, was a strong advocate for civil rights and racial equality. She used her platform to support these causes and became a symbol of protest and change in the 1960s. Joplin was born in 1943 in Port Arthur, Texas, and grew up in a time of great social upheaval. As a young woman, she became involved in the civil rights movement and was deeply committed to promoting equality and social justice. As her music career took off, Joplin used her growing fame to speak out on these issues. She was a regular presence at civil rights rallies and benefit concerts, and she used her music to spread messages of love, acceptance, and unity. Joplin's support for civil rights extended beyond her music and public appearances. She was also known for her personal friendships with people of different races and backgrounds, and she was a vocal advocate for desegregation and equal rights. Joplin's activism made her a symbol of protest and change, and she became a hero to many young people who were fighting for social justice. Her music and her message continue to inspire and empower people today, and her legacy as a civil rights advocate is an important part of her enduring legacy. In short, Janis Joplin was a music artist who was deeply committed to social activism. She used her fame to support racial equality and became a symbol of protest and change in the 1960s. Her legacy as a civil rights advocate continues to inspire and empower people today. Janis Joplin, the legendary singer and songwriter, is buried in her hometown of Port Arthur, Texas. Her final resting place has become a pilgrimage site for her fans from around the world. Joplin's grave is adorned with various tokens of affection, showcasing the enduring love and admiration her fans have for her. These tokens include everything from handwritten letters and photographs to trinkets and rocks, all left as tributes to the beloved musician. Janis Joplin's grave is a simple yet powerful reminder of her incredible impact on the world of music. Despite passing away at the young age of 27, Joplin's legacy continues to resonate with new generations of fans. Her unique voice and soulful performances have inspired countless musicians, and her contributions to the world of music continue to be celebrated and cherished. For many, visiting Janis Joplin's grave is a way to pay their respects to the iconic musician and to connect with her on a deeper level. The grave is a physical reminder of Joplin's life and career and a testament to her enduring influence and popularity. Despite the passage of time, fans continue to flock to Joplin's grave to leave their tokens of affection and to honor the legacy of this truly remarkable artist. Janis Joplin, a music artist well known for her powerful and emotive voice, struggled with substance abuse throughout her career. However, it's important to note that her sober periods brought out her raw talent and allowed her to create some of her most memorable work. One of her most popular albums, Cheap Thrills, was recorded during a time when Joplin was sober. The album, released in 1968, showcases her exceptional vocal abilities and unique style. It features hits like Piece of My Heart and Ball and Chain, which highlight Joplin's powerful and gritty voice. Despite her struggles with addiction, Joplin's talent was undeniable. Her ability to convey raw emotion through her music was unparalleled, and her performances were always captivating. However, it was during her sober periods that she was able to truly focus on her craft and create some of her most enduring work. Joplin's substance abuse was well documented and is often the focus of discussions about her life and career. However, it's important to remember that she was more than just a troubled artist. She was a talented and innovative musician who created some of the most memorable music of the 1960s. In conclusion, while Janis Joplin's struggles with substance abuse are a significant part of her story, it's important to also recognize the impact of her sober periods on her music. Her album Cheap Thrills is a testament to her raw talent and unique style, and it was recorded during a time when she was able to focus on her craft and create some of her most enduring work.